I always wanted to develop the habit of reading, and I've tried so many times to read multiple books from different genres, but failed every single time. Maybe because I think of myself as a more visual guy who likes more movies or watching series, but until recently, where I actually developed the habit of reading. And it all started when one day I came across this book called Atomic Habits. This book is by James Clear, and after seeing this, I thought I wanted to develop a habit of reading, and what's the best way to start with the book Atomic Habits? Turns out I was wrong. Wait till the end to know why. The core of this book is simple. If you get 1% better each day for a year, then by the end, you'll get 37 times better. And in the similar way, if you get 1% bad each day for a year, then you'll be nearly zero. But the real question is, can you do 1% improvement every single day? Is it that simple? To understand this, we need to understand the science of habit forming. When we think of developing a new habit, there are three layers to behavior change. First one is outcome based. Outcome based is when we start running because we want to go for a marathon, or I picked up a book because I just want to finish a book. But as we go on developing the habit more and more, we become more process oriented. Like, for example, I like running or I just like to read. Most effective way to change your habit is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but who you wish to become. The identity which you associate yourself with, that I'm a reader or I'm a runner, that's what helps you maintain the habit for a longer time. Any habit can be broken down into four simple steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. Imagine you're working and a notification buzzes on your phone. That's cue. And you want to see what the message is about. That's craving. So you pick up the phone and read the message. That's response and reward. To create any good habit, there are four laws of behavior change mentioned in the book. First law is making it obvious. Every habit is initiated by a cue. We are more likely to see the cue if it stands out. For example, if I want to read a book, I'm more likely to read it if it's on the table in front of my eyes, rather than if it's in some cupboard. The second law, make it attractive. Habits are dopamine reward feedback loops. Every time we do a task, our dopamine rises and so does our motivation. So if we do something attractive before doing a particular task, then we are more likely to finish it. Say, for example, if you want to go for a run and before that you eat your favorite protein bar and then go for a run, your motivation is already high. So always bind your habit with something you genuinely enjoy. That is why I said I was wrong when I picked Atomic Habits as my book to go with, because for a guy who was used to watching science fiction movies and thrillers and suddenly jumping to reading plain text on books, it was not attractive enough. So it was important for me to make it attractive, and that's when I stumbled upon a book which was a mythological thriller. And once I started reading it, I was hooked up. So I finished it in one go. I still remember when I picked the book, I thought I'll just read maybe 10-15 pages, and then I got up after finishing the entire book, which was after 4 or 5 hours. So whenever we pick up a new habit, it's very important for us to make it as attractive as possible so that we keep going back again and again. The third law is make it easy. We need to reduce the friction as much as possible while developing any new habit, because until and unless we automate it, for example, if you want to go for a run, it's important that you take out your shoes and keep it ready, you keep your dress ready, you keep your gadget ready, so that when you wake up in the morning, you don't have the task to find those things and wear it. So it's very important that we create an environment that makes it as easy as possible to make the right thing, so that we don't have a choice to make. Follow the 2-minute rule to break procrastination. If you're too tired or you're procrastinating on a task to do the full task, then do a micro version of it. Break down the task to a minute version of it, which can be done within 2 minutes. Like, for example, if you don't want to read a book or you're too bored to read a book, then just read one page or even one paragraph. If you don't want to go for a run, then just tie your shoes. If you don't want to go for the gym, just wear your gym dress and get your gym bag ready. That's it. That will pull you out of the procrastination loop. The fourth law is make it satisfying. What is immediately rewarded is repeated. Our mind focuses more on reward rather than doing the task. So if there's something which gives us immediate reward, then we tend to repeat it more number of times. The best example is scrolling through reels. When we are scrolling through reels, we get immediate dopamine spike, and because of which it gets very tough to come out of that loop. Whereas if you want to go for running, there's no immediate reward. So our mind hates it. We don't want to do that task because the reward is seen maybe after 1 or 2 months. So it's very important that you reward yourself, even if it's a minute or small reward. Reward yourself so that you keep doing that task again and again. The best way to do this is by using a habit tracker. Every day you go for a run, mark X on your calendar, and every day you miss, leave it blank. This way you can make sure that you reward yourself immediately after each run. Your brain gets a signal every time you go for a run that you will get a reward, and make sure that you never miss twice. Every time you miss, immediately get back on track. So these are the 4 laws mentioned in the book. This is not the summary of the book, and I would highly recommend you to read it. It's brilliant and easy to understand. It helped me develop the habit of reading as well as running. So it also helped me understand the science behind how good habits are formed and how to break the bad ones. There's a lot of ways mentioned in the books on how to break the bad habits, which is also important. So I would definitely recommend this one. Please give it a go.